Hello everyone, this is Mysterious with another video tutorial. In this case we're going to learn how to insert an object into this background, and we're going to also learn how to slice that object. So for this particular project we're going to be using a Komodo dragon, and we're going to be using a piece of suture roll. So the first thing you're going to do is to look for an object. It doesn't have to be an animal, it could be anything. It could be a cup, a bottle, a table, a computer, a car, anything. But just make sure that you don't have a complete side view that the object looks flat, but make sure you have the view of the object from an angle so you can see it 3D, okay? So you can see it like this. And the same thing with your fill-in, what you're gonna put in inside. And if you're kind of like wondering what this is for, just finish watching the video and then you decide what you need for that part. So the first thing we're gonna do is to start working on this Komodo dragon. This is the log right now. So I'm gonna duplicate the layer and click OK, and I'm gonna hide this, and I'm gonna start working on this other layer. So this is what I have. Okay, the first thing I need to do is to remove the background. So using the magic eraser is not gonna work. So I will have to use the regular eraser, okay, and probably make it a little bigger. Alright, and I will start just erasing the background. Then smaller as I get close to the body. And let me just make sure what brush I have. Alright, and I continue making sure I erase the background. It's very important you're careful as you erase the background, because you don't want to erase any part of your object. And it is okay if by mistake you erase anything. You can always undo or erase the history on your computer, and yeah, that will be probably part of it getting erased, but I'm trying to do not rush so that we can see the whole project in here. Okay. I will probably have to zoom in just to make sure I'm erasing the right thing, and make the eraser smaller now. So I'm gonna zoom in very quickly. I'm gonna change this to zoom in, and let's just go back to the eraser, and let's just continue erasing so that we make sure we have just the dragon and nothing else. Just the dragon. Okay. Continue work on this side. It's very important that we erase with a soft brush, because it will help you blend your object with the background of your original picture. So I'm erasing here. I don't know if I'm erasing part of the dragon or what. Probably I'm erasing the tail. Is that so? Well, I'll just erase this part, and this one has no tail then. Yeah, I'm just trying to get this right for you guys, so please allow me to make some few editing mistakes here as I work on this dragon. Alright, and scroll down here to erase this. All of this needs to be erased as well, because otherwise it's going to be all transferred to the other image, and we don't want any of that to be around. Okay, go around here, like around here as well. We make it super small over here so that it fits in here. Alright, same thing with these other spaces over here. Now you see, like my background image is a desert, so I try to pick something that matches that and doesn't give me any problem blending the new object with the background. So you kind of like try to do the same thing. Try to choose an object that will make it easier for you to do that. It's not like it's impossible. I mean, you could certainly work with other images, but if you're just beginning learning how to do this, then I think it's just a lot easier to find something that blends with the background. Like in my case, I'm trying to do it quickly for you, so it was easier for me to find something that actually blends. That makes it easy for me to work on this video tutorial for you. so I don't have to be worrying about any of the stuff. Alright, and you'll see when you insert the object, just like you have done with the other objects, what this is all about. Yeah, we have to be very careful with the tongue. I want to keep the tongue. Now let me erase this part, and I can just get rid of this little area. Alright, and this thing here. So it makes it easier now to erase this other part over here. Alright, I am almost done with my Komodo dragon. So as you work on your image, just make sure you erase any leftovers of the original background of the object you want to slice. It's very important you get rid of the background. Now, you could look for an image in PNG. If you look for an image in PNG, that will help you have the transparent background like this checked background you see over here, and you avoid that problem. But I just wanted to work on something that didn't have a transparent background, so just in case you were wondering, okay, what if my picture doesn't have a transparent background, what do I do? Well, this is what you do, you just work on it. Just work on it and try to eliminate any shadows or anything that you see around, so it makes it easier to blend with the other background. Well, we're almost done. Some few things here and there that I see, but that's okay. Now let me zoom out and see if our dragon is ready. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, once you have your object out of the original background, then you need to duplicate that layer. So you have 2 layers with that, and then you change again to the eraser, but in this case you want a hard brush like this, and you make it small. Alright, like this, probably smaller than that. And now what I am going to do is that I am going to cut part of this guy like this, and you cut like in a circle motion, and you do not see what's going on, but if I hide this other layer, you will notice that I just cut this by erasing this part of his body. Alright, and what that allows me to do is that I can now just simply erase one part of him on one layer and then on the other, so it doesn't show the complete Komodo dragon. You see that? I have this Komodo dragon separated into only on one layer. If I click on this other layer, then the other layer shows you the complete dragon. So I have to erase one side of this Komodo dragon and then keep the other side in each layer. So I'm gonna work first on this side of the Komodo dragon. Alright? And for me to be able to erase here, then now what I am gonna do is that I'm gonna just make this a little bit transparent so I can see where the line was. You see it here? I can see it from the top layer, and now I can just follow it again. I just erase, trying to follow the same line. So be very careful when you do this part. And now the line is on both layers. So I'm gonna use the top layer over here to keep the head, alright? And probably this leg, and I'm gonna use this other layer to keep the rest of the body. So how do I do that? I will hide this layer right now, and I will make my eraser bigger, and just simply with a hard brush erase the rest of the body of the dragon here. Alright, very carefully, especially when we get to this part. You don't want to make mistakes and erase what you don't want. Okay, you want to keep the guy like this. Alright, so this is the head, and now we're gonna go back to this layer, put the transparency back all the way to 100, and we're gonna hide this guy over here now, and we're gonna erase the head. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna erase the head and the leg, which is the parts that we're keeping in the other okay, in this part you have to be super careful. And Voila. Then if you put your dragon together by putting the two layers, you'll notice that I go to the move tool. You see I can separate this part of the dragon. Okay, and I actually need to keep it separated like this, because now I do the next move. My next move is to put the sushi over here. So just pretending like this Komodo dragon is all made of sushi. So I go over here and I'll have this one. Again, the layer is locked, so I right click, duplicate layer, and I click OK. Now I have this layer I can work on. So I hide this one. And now the first thing I'm going to do is that I will use my magic eraser to get rid of all the white area. You see how fast it was, how easy it was. And now with the regular eraser, I will just go ahead and try to erase any shadows or anything around here. So that's perfect, okay? And I don't need this top part, I only need the edge over here. So I can actually even go ahead and erase this thing. And just keep the edges of the sushi. Almost done with this. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? It will look really cool. You'll see the effect in a moment once we insert this guy inside. Let me just make this edge thinner by getting rid of the extra part of the seaweed used for this sushi. Alright, there we go. Okay. And now this side as well, just a little bit. Alright. Now move tool, and as you already know, you can just take this out just for a moment, then bring this in. Alright. Let me dot this back. Go back to the Komodo dragon. And now this is there. Alright, and since the layer is on top of the two layers that have the dragon, of course you do not see anything. You only see part of the dragon, but not the whole thing. That's okay. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to hide the head of the dragon, which is there. I'm going to hide it by clicking the eye right here in this layer that has the dragon head. I'm going to click that eye, and then I'm going to move this back, and I'm going to work on this to put it over there. The first thing I need to do is to rescale this. So we'll go Edit, Transform, Scale, and I'm going to just rescale it just a little bit so it is kind of like the size I need. I press Enter. Alright, now I need to rotate this. Again, I go Edit, Transform, Rotate, and I will be able to probably rotate it a little bit better here. Okay, so you see how it just actually starts just going there. Now I will go Edit, Transform, work on the perspective now, and I will just pull perspective. There you go. So that's the perspective I need. I need this to go inside just a little bit. I press Enter. And now to make it look really taking the shape, the last step will be to go Edit, Transform, Warp. And with this, I go inside this square and I pull it up here. I pull this thing here, pull this thing here, pull this thing here, and then I will pull this ones down inwards. So it all looks like part of the dragon. I press Enter, and now what we do is that when I put the head, alright, I bring this sushi layer in between two layers, and now it looks like the Komodo dragon is the sushi. Alright, yeah, well, it doesn't look perfect at the bottom, so we'll go back to the layer where I have the sushi. We'll go Edit, try again, Transform, Warp, just to work on this part right here, all the way here. Yeah, that's better. And then probably here. Enter. Alright, now that I have my Komodo dragon already sliced in, then I'm satisfied with this, then I'm going to merge them. Okay, I'm going to merge all these layers, the ones that are visible, except the one at the bottom that is locked. Okay, I'm going to merge them, so I'm going to right click, merge visible. Now they all became one single image. And I'm going to take that image inside my, not the sushi, but this layer, okay, over here. So I'm going to bring it inside. Alright, and well, in this case, I just kept one thing. I need to see in this layer, I need to right click and duplicate the layer so I can work on this layer, and I hide this one. Okay, now I should be able to drag this in and put it inside. I duck this Komodo layer and I continue working on this. And see, I can just bring it in. I want this guy facing the other way, so I'm gonna flip him. I'm gonna go edit, transform, then flip horizontal, and then it's now facing that other side. And then he's gonna be probably behind this, coming like from this area over here. And I'm gonna scale him just a little bit smaller. So edit, transform, scale, just a bit smaller. Okay, enter. And I want him to be behind the pole. So there are different ways I can do this, but in this case what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna erase part of his body over here, so I have this thing here. Alright, and kind of like would look like he's coming from behind this thing. Okay, so probably, I don't know, probably like this. And let's see the effect. If I don't want to ruin my dragon, I just duplicate the layer and work on that layer and then hide the other one. So I do this, I will zoom in so I can see what I am doing. So I will, wait, let me go here, zoom in so I can see this part. And then I change to the eraser. I will change always to a sub eraser to do this thing. And I will make my, okay, wait, you just have to select the layer to work on. Make my eraser smaller, and I'm gonna just be erasing the part of the Komodo dragon where the pole of the thing is. Alright, and I'm gonna be erasing this part of the dragon so it looks like his claws are mixing with the grass right here. Alright, there we go. And same over here. There we go. Okay, and now there's just something over here that we need to erase, as well as over here. So all the leftovers see around, you can erase them, and you have it. Then now I'm going to work on the opacity of this guy just a little bit so it blends a little bit more with the picture. There we go. Now if I zoom out, go here, zoom out. Now he's being inserted into the picture and the Komodo dragon is right now crossing the railroad. Well, I hope you guys liked the video tutorial and it's useful for you to complete your project. If you have any questions, just please write me and I'll try my best to answer. See you in the next one. Bye.